once you've decided to be a father, you're locked in for those 18 years and really for their entire life. You need to be with those children. You need to provide and protect for those children and give them the best chance at success possible. And he didn't do that. He's a failure as a man. He's a failure as a lawyer. He's a failure as a YouTuber. He's a failure all around. And the mess cannot be swept, least of all by Nina Infinity. So Kayla, apparently, according to him, is saying that he is the best kisser she's ever been with. But it gets worse for REKIETA somehow.
The person she put in second was not Nick, and I'm like, that's fucking cold.
Stop it, REKIETA. Let's go into folder 4 here and have a look at what Aaron has been saying recently. So first we have him. This is it. The divorce is official.
She signed the papers.
She signed the papers. Him and April are officially divorced. So there's another marriage that's been destroyed, sacrificed on the altar of REKIETA's hedonism, his degeneracy, his desire to swing and cock and be cocked. This entire marriage just totally burned down. It's destroyed. Amazing.
I'm laughing. The chat's just putting in applause. No, but yeah, no, for real. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is fucked up. I mean, it's better that it's done.
Dad Zumak, it's a development in my life. I was informed by my auto insurance company that a claim that had been made back in March that I was aware of. My now ex-wife hit a deer, and she had not gotten any kind of estimate or got any money sent out for this claim. And it got the check for the claim got sent out yesterday. And I called the insurance company and said, hey, just wondering, where's that check headed to? Seeing as it's my insurance. And sure enough, it was Spicer, Minnesota. So
that's where the REKIETAs live. Now, when you think about this, it's kind of crazy because it might honestly mean that there was no plea deal. There was no flipping. There was no snitching on April's part.
Yeah.
Because if she's still there, I guess she didn't snitch. She didn't turn on them. Maybe the police, because it was somebody else's house and, they couldn't charge her with possession. It was hard a case to make. They dropped the charges on her.
Yeah.
And, she's still involved with them. But that's absolutely insane. After the house has been raided and everything
and
like
been exposed on the internet, everyone knows about this now. You know what it is? It's probably like what you said. She's probably on drugs, right? Or obviously was on drugs. And this was not rock bottom. This was not.
And it's not for the REKIETAs either.
Which is insane.
And they're doubling down on the polycule.
Which
is like one of the most degenerate parts of all of this, if not the filthiest, sleaziest part, that they're engaged in like weird polycule cuckery on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And they're going to continue that behavior, even as it shames and humiliates their children, as it shames and humiliates their reputation online and hurts the business and hurts the super chats and all that. They're still going to persist in that. That's filth, man. That's crime, man.
I bet, too, she didn't think that he would have phoned the insurance, right? And, like, her tweet, remember, I didn't do this. This was someone else did this, like, to me. She's probably referring to Aaron. How much want to bet she's throwing Aaron completely under the bus?
Under the bus.
You brought me there. You bought the drugs. Yeah. I bet you she's like saying he bought the drugs and shit too.
And let's say like he probably shouldn't even be saying this shit because let's bring it up. If this is true, it's a big Aaron L.
Why?
Massive fucking L. Because his wife is now REKIETA's slave forever.
Yeah, well, he's divorcing her.
Like he's utterly fucking cocked. Well, no. So like he doesn't have Kayla.
True.
He doesn't have April.
Yeah.
He's just a totally cucked out bitch. Like his fucking wife is snorting coke off REKIETA's right now, getting down by Nick REKIETA and Kayla and degenerate fucking orgies. Like he's felt it as fuck.
Yeah, no, it's felt.
It's bad.
It is a felt thing, but he threw her out at least, I guess. Like I'll say that. Like, yeah, it's cocked, but at least
she's taken the ball. Though.
He divorced. Now he's gonna say here apparently. So he's divorcing her, and she apparently wanted him to sign an NDA before the divorce. Now watch this. This is interesting.
Think after the arrest, the band got back together.
So wait, they sent it to Nick Ricotta's house?
Yeah,
Nick Ricotta.
Isn't that
That's
something?
almost as good as REKIETA. From
How is that even, how is that
I like how Aaron doesn't even like fucking correct him, you know?
illegal?
I don't know if it is or not. And I wasn't going to be a dick and cancel it or anything. Like, I wasn't going to be a dick and be like, oh, that's the wrong place. Like, I don't.
Aaron,
Why
you
not?
You should have
What an L.
canceled it.
Bring it up.
You
Another
should've
L.
ca-
For the
Aaron.
Aaron.
You should have
buddy.
canceled that shit.
You got baldoed again.
Cancel that,
Baldoed and
please.
bamboozled.
Now, oh my gosh. And
I don't
you,
give a-
Ash, you know where that check is going, right? Right to the coke dealer.
Yeah, no, it's going right up her fucking nose.
Yeah.
Who needs a vehicle when there's snow bunnies?
Right?
outside?
Yeah.
Shit, it's over. I get to, move on with my life and get away from that shit show. But I just, I can't believe, like, your life is fucked up as it is, and now you're going to go back into the place that got you into all this trouble. I mean, best of luck.
So wait, so she was, it was your policy, it was a joint policy?
Yeah. I think she's still on it. I'll take care of that this month. But
Then she could just change the mailing address?
or the
how
address
does
that the
that
check
work?
was sent
Yeah.
out to. Yeah, I guess. I didn't know you could do that, but she did.
If it's in
And,
Aaron's
You
name,
should have
how can she
canceled
do
it.
that?
That bitch.
Yeah.
Don't they have to check with you? Aren't you the primary insurer?
Apparently not.
I mean, it is my policy. She's on it. I mean, it's her vehicle. She's on.
Who is this again? Is this Kevin Nealon?
I don't know.
I'm pretty
my
sure.
policy.
Isn't this
so-
guy a little old to be live streaming? This guy looks like he's 1 foot in the ground.
Kevin, what's his name? It's Dave Landau.
Oh, I don't know.
David
my name,
Landau.
but my
it's
name
not
is
Dave Landau.
on the check. I wonder if
Brennan. Kevin Brennan.
Jim Brand Felt is saying this is a low-key admission that he changed the address. Did he change the address himself to Spicer? Because that was his plan as well, to move in over there. I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
Whoa. Wait.
Because as of 6 weeks ago or whatever, they were all cool in the gang. And this apparently happened in January, this car accident. So it might have been that Aaron himself changed the address and he's blaming it on April. Would not be surprised.
The
'Cause
mystery thickens.
He's going to say in the next video or one of the videos we're going to play that the plan was for them to move into the other house the REKIETA's own next door. And for them to form a permanent polycule where they would be raising REKIETA's children.
Wait, you make a
and
point
the
there.
REKIETA's would be raising his kids. So that was the plan. So he probably already moved all of his shit over to that address in anticipation of that. And then something happened where he got totally brutally cucked. And now it's over. And he can't handle being cucked on this level.
I wonder if I'm going to have to endorse that as well, which that'll be funny.
How do you know your name's on the check?
It's well, they send you like on the app. They show
Yeah.
you what they sent, and yeah,
Oh.
my name is on it.
So it's both of you on the check.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
What the? Kevin's just like,
I
what
don't
the
think he believes. I don't think he
I don't
believes
know.
him.
I don't know.
To meet at the check cashing place
Yeah.
downtown.
Right? Yeah, that'll be very interesting.
All right. So, but you did sign the papers.
Yeah.
So I guess
I
right
sent-
now, by the way, as well, I just heard in chat that Nina Infinity is banning anybody who questions her nose guarding. So I would advise people, if they wish, to go give Nina Infinity a piece of their
Nina
mind.
Infinity.
Nina Infinity is
Infinity.
defending this shit.
She
saying
is.
it's the children's fault.
She's saying it's the children's fault and that we were wrong for being critical of REKIETA.
Right.
What?
I just think
papers.
every single day proves us more and more right that we were righteous to be critical of REKIETA.
Thank
And
God.
the people who are sweeping are more and more wrong every single fucking day. And next week, we're potentially going to get the body cam footage that I think will be the final nail in the coffin on all of this shit.
Yeah.
And like, I just can't wait for that righteous day of vindication where all of these Jannies have to face the fucking felt and snap their broomsticks.
Yeah, exactly.
Or else face judgment fucking day.
And by the way, guys, remember to follow us on Twitter at Andy Worski. For me, at Power of the Truth. Our links are down there below, right? Follow us because on that day, if it's 4 p.m., the body cam footage drops. We will go live within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Within an hour.
Within an hour.
Of that body cam footage coming out. We're going to be live. It doesn't matter if it's 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, noon, 4 p.m.
We are fucking setting our alarm. Okay. We're setting our alarm for the morning. We'll be waiting. Okay. Nina apparently is going off. Good. She should be.
Good.
She should be.
We'll cover it on the next show. By the way, guys, we updated the Gumroad. We got This Week in Cucketa out. We plan on doing some more Gumroad content this week as well, getting back into the flow of it as things somewhat return to normal and there's not crazy happenings every day. So, our Gumroad, we have hundreds of hours of bonus content, all sorts of podcasts and shows on there that we've done, the full archive of all of our episodes. And so we also have show watches. We watch Australian Survivor and stuff like that. So down below is a link to the Gumroad. You can subscribe to it. It's only $10 a month. I guarantee you, if you've never been subscribed before, you will get your value out of it.
And by the way, you can download every episode once it's uploaded. Like download it and play it on anything. So you can put it on a phone, on your PC. Yep. You could watch it whenever. It's all uncut. Everything's uncut, so it's just like the full episodes. I think Kick holds episodes for 22 days. So we got, I think, over like 100 eps there, plus tons of other shit too.
Today, an archive of the first 59 episodes of our show. Because when our channel got banned, we lost a lot of the episodes.
You found it?
So we're going to be putting up the earliest episodes as well.
Wow.
Oh, that should be exciting.
By the way, for everyone who is sub to it, go sub now. It's $10 a month and it supports our show here as well. I'm going to be having every folder will be separated in every 4 months because it's a really big folder now. So I'll be splitting it up and organizing it. So guys, thank you so much. Apparently she's seething about PPP. She better be. I'm seething about her supporting children going hungry.
I mean, that's what's crazy.
How about that?
It's I might be a fat but I've never stolen food from children to support a Coke habit. That's her guy. So I don't know how she can really defend that. It's not true. Okay. All right.
Let's
hear out Aaron. Here's some more.
Before the arrest, it was looking like it might get a little back and forth. And then after the arrest, it got signed pretty quick.
So wait, before the arrest, she thought she might hold out on you?
Well, she wanted an NDA. She
She
said, you can't talk about me on the show. I'm like, you were a co-host on the show for years. I talk about my life on the show. I'm going to talk about my divorce on the show. I'm divorcing.
I also kind of think this is bullshit.
Whoa.
I don't think she wanted him to sign an NDA so he didn't talk about her on the show. I think REKIETA was trying to get her to have Aaron sign an NDA so he couldn't talk about any of the degenerate shit that went on. Aaron is always telling these half truths that we have to divine the real truth out of him because he knows that the real truth makes him look really up and really horrible, so he has to tell these half truths. And it's the same thing when he on our show, he was trying to claim, the children never went hungry, they were fed, whatever. Then a few days later, it comes out that the children were hungry and stinky, and then he's ranting and raving about how we should have fed the kids, and I tried to fight to feed the kids, and REKIETA wouldn't let us feed the kids, stuff like this. So the guy is desperate to try and spin any narrative to make himself look as positive as he can instead of just admitting the real truth. It's very sad.
Yeah.
I'm not signing. And my lawyer too was like, we're not signing an NDA. No fucking way. And she was kind of holding steadfast on that. And then after the arrest, there's really no way you can get an NDA after something like that. So it got signed and then we were done. Last Thursday, I think. Last Wednesday,
So you can't get an NDA after because it would just be laughed out of court?
Yeah, I mean, you're a news story now. You got busted in a house full of drugs, guns, and children. I mean, yeah.
Sounds like a Warren Zevon song.
It really does.
Yeah, I offered her 40 grand a year, but I mean,
So this guy, did this guy offer April 40,000 a year to work with him?
What a waste
And
of
wait,
money. I mean, she
wait.
would have been having to do some extra work, if you catch my drift,
Wait, did he?
to earn that $40,000.
Uh-oh, apparently Nina's getting felted in her chat. Good. Keep going, guys.
Well, she's pissed off because Sean said that it shouldn't be a 16-year-old's responsibility to take care of his parents.
Yeah, she was shitting
and
on
she's
Sean
losing her mind about that.
and
it's
shitting
like
on Yellow Flash, saying Yellow Flash is actually evil for like going at Rekeda in the DMs.
How about you just use common fucking sense and realize that it's the parent's job to parent and not children's?
Yeah.
You know, it ultimately, the buck stops with the head of the household. It stops with Nick Rekeda. He's the one responsible for this massive failure and shame upon his family. It's not Sean's fault. It's not my fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's his fucking fault.
Yeah.
And you can't sweep it up. It's over. And you really think that he's going to reward you? Like, is he paying you to defend him?
Now, apparently she's telling her own chat to themselves because our people like exposed the truth. It went, why are you doing this? Yellow Flash is cool, by the way. Like, if you hear it, like, Yellow Flash used to be friends with Nick. He's like devastated this happened. And he's like, Nick. He's like, I can't believe I'm even saying this.
Is like full-on Baldo bunker bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, straight up. You're sitting in the bunker coping and seething about stuff that's already been like settled. It's already basically a settled matter that the guy is a fucking scumbag and his reputation is destroyed. You, Nina Infinity, will not be fixing said problem. Like, these are problems that Nick Rekeda himself needs to deal with, and only Nick Rekeda can solve. Why she thinks she's going to come in and get all this support for doing that is crazy.
And by the way, it's like, you're going to go after Yellow Flash for what? For yelling at his friend? That's what a real friend would do. Is what, fucking knock it off, you retard. That's what a real friend does. Not go, it's your kid's fault. Nina Infinity,
crazy. Man.
You are the Friday fucking main course. How does that feel? You know what? These people. I'm sick of it. We're not even being unreasonable.
Is disgusting. No,
we're not even being like.
Not today.
No,
like today we're just like chill. We're going through it. I'm not ranting and raving and screaming and hollering. Just like quietly delivering a reasonable, common sense take. Oh my God, can you believe what they've done to poor victim Nicholas Rekeda? He's not the victim. He's the victimizer of his own family, his children, his dog. He hurts the helpless. Are you fucking kidding me? He's completely abandoned, derelicted his duty as a father, and just told his children to starve and be stinky because daddy needs an 8-ball. There's very few people on the internet that are as disgusting and depraved as that. Seriously.
You're in fact downplaying it. You're being nice.
I know. And this is a guy who told us he was trad dad, wholesome family man, father of 5. The kids are homeschooled because we can't trust the public school system's filth. I don't know. I almost trust the public school system's filth over having to see the children be parented by a polycule.
No, I do.
A bunch of coke-headed polycule alcoholic degenerates with ketamine pills versus the public school system. I don't know. That's how crazy we're actually defending the public school system at this point.
I hate that we have to even like consider that idea.
Holy
shit. Hey, Ash, it's your fault and it's my fault. We're the ones who never fed the kids and put the coke up his fucking nose.
Yeah.
It's our fault.
It's our fault. It's Josh Moon's fault.
It's Yellow Flash's fault.
It's the Kiwi Farms, guys. No. These are the people that we've listed who've documented the downfall. The downfall is still on Rekeda. But he was so stressed. What a pussy. What a little bitch.
You know what I mean?
I'm so stressed.
I'm stressed.
Or the cocaine.
Imagine.
You're a grown man. He's 42 years old.
Yeah, stressed. Take coke. What?
And Jimmy DeGriz says, then take a break. And he did. He only streamed like once or twice a week and completely abandoned his locals bonus content. And even still, it was too much stress. Like, I have to say it, if you can't feed him, don't breed him. He made the choice to be a father to 5 children, and then he made the choice to neglect them. Once you've decided to be a father, you're locked in for those 18 years and really for their entire life. You need to be with those children. You need to provide and protect for those children and give them the best chance at success possible. And he didn't do that. He's a failure as a man. He's a failure as a lawyer. He's a failure as a YouTuber. He's a failure all around. And it just, the mess cannot be swept. Least of all by Nina Infinity. Holy.
Like, you know who? Holy shit.
Saw that.
I don't know if she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna go for it, but it is gonna be hard for her to land a job, right?
Well, I mean, I thought, to be honest, I thought if she would have went back to her hometown, I thought she could have done what she did before she came aboard here, and she could have went back and did like the painting at the factory and made decent money doing that and rebuilt her life.
What he's saying is that Ethan Van Sciver is blaming Eric July for the hate campaign against Nick.
Stop. I said that as a joke.
It's time to actually just leave Eric July the alone. So we're supposed to believe Eric July is puppeteering Josh Moon. He's puppeteering Mr. Medicare. He's puppeteering the Kino Casino.
Whoa.
Who could believe such bullshit? Who can believe such Baldo washing fables?
And,
this is insane.
And Nina Infinity is defending the statement? What?
Eric July.
He makes comic books. And guess what? There are people who like it.
I'm sorry to say, like, Eric July is not Lex Luthor.
Yeah, dude.
You know, like,
it's so funny.
More hysterical than saying Gabe Hoffman's behind it all.
Yeah, it's so funny that I said Lex Luthor.
Like, this is crazy.
That's what I always picture. Like, he is like the black Lex Luthor for these guys now, right? Because he's just like in the background, but he's controlling everything. That's how they see him. Sorry, EVS. People just buy his comic books. You want to know why? Because he sends them to the people who buy them. And guess what? He makes them pretty quick.
Maybe if EVS had delivered on his goals,
Cyberfrog 3 years late. Like,
I know. Perfect is the enemy of good. Are Eric's comic books perfect? No. Are they done? Yes. So you're like, well, you got to wait 20 years for my perfect vision. No, actually, we don't. People would sooner get a product that's good enough and actually is in their hand and they have it than magically. It's the old saying, a bird in hand is better than 2 in the bush.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And how much better is fucking Cyberfrog really than Eric's comic books? It has to be like a magnitude of 10 times better to justify the wait, does it not?
One day, you know what we do? One day we read the first Rippaverse comic and Cyberfrog back to back.
I know.
One day we're going to review and then we're going to have a fucking voting sesh. How about that? And by the way, it's like
EVS said the only reason people are going at Nina is because she went after Eric, and Eric might be the mastermind behind all of this.
I didn't even know that until a minute ago.
This tonight on his live stream.
Wow.
There's just so much nonsense going on with this stuff that you can't keep up with.
The mastermind.
So it was Eric July who set all of this in motion, who contacted the pastor and said, I'm making the call. Like, come on. Who can believe this lunatic shit?
By the way, do you know what Eric July's, what his take was about this whole Nick? He offered Nick REKIETA money for rehab.
He said he'd pay for REKIETA's rehab. Generous July.
You know, Generous July.
Generous July.
What a
Eric
king.
July offering that to Rekeda.
What a king after
it's
everything
kingly.
Nick has said about him. Nick has said the worst things about him ever. I'm pretty sure including the N-word. Yikes. But he offers him
What this really is, I'm just going to say this now. They already
It is
know
true.
they've lost anybody with a brain in their head. Anybody that's normal, anybody with a brain, anyone with any sort of morals, anybody with their head screwed on straight, they've already lost them. So they're just looking to keep the most diehard Baldo washers in line by giving them some sort of cope conspiracy to believe in. And the hope is that the people are so delusional and so like dumb and deluded by their worship of Rekeda as their internet daddy, their father figure, this conservative king, that they'll just go along with whatever conspiracy to justify it and sweep up his sins. And it's going to work for a certain portion of the audience that just, no matter what, doesn't want to believe he did anything wrong. But they're going to lose the vast majority of people, and they're going to lose credibility in the eyes of pretty much everybody else. So I don't know if it's really worth it. It seems really dumb.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, so Nina is running cover for Anna, aka that Star Wars girl,
Okay, but it's
and
just
Melanie
like,
Mac.
It's just like desperate attention whoring from these women. Like Star Wars girl, Melanie Mac, Nina Infinity. Like, I don't even know who the these people really are.
Yeah, Ash was telling me earlier, he's like, who?
I just don't even give a shit. But the fact of the matter is they are inserting themselves into this, trying to make it all about them so they can take the slings and arrows for Rekeda, because they're all a part of these grifting group chats where this conspiracy comes around to defend Rekeda, to suck every last drop of profit out of him. And the moment that it gets too fucking hard for them to defend, you'll see these people switch up real quick, because all they give a fuck about is making $1. And that's where they see that there's money in Rekeda still. He's going to make a comeback, and it's just delusional.
Life. Like her name's going to now, her last name's going to be changed. So when you Google that won't come up. She could have just been a pretty girl at the factory, would have found a nice guy, you know, kind of rebuilt things. And she went back into the throuple, which, oh my God.
That's like going back to Vietnam.
I know. It's like you get busted. The cops
What a
ram
hot
down the
take.
door. They find what? An ounce of cocaine in the house. They find guns. It's a fucking pigsty. The kids get taken away. And you go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to double up on being the side piece to the married guy who he and his wife are facing, you know, a bunch of felony charges.
Aaron Virtue signals about all this fucking show, the filthy house and the children. But he didn't call CPS. You know, He didn't call the cops. He didn't fucking snitch. He didn't do anything to help those kids or to help his wife. He just pieced out and saved himself.
I think that's where I want to take my life as I'm pushing 30.
Drinks.
And by the way, guys, April
No.
doesn't do coke in the morning. She wakes me up, and you know what she says every morning? She leans in very tenderly. She goes into my ear and says, "Smoke crack with me, bro."
That's hilarious. See,
Oh, look at her face when he says that. Look at this.
And by the way,
watch.
guys, April
No.
doesn't do coke in the morning. She wakes me up, and you know what?
Oh,
Did you see her nose? Like her nose activated and she snorted as he was saying that.
yeah, look at this. Watch. Wow, by the way, but this woman sucks off Rekeda.
that's hilarious. See, now if we had crack, maybe we wouldn't be tired in the mornings, even though
Whoa!
we got
Already
No,
she
you-
was planning out her future as a dirty crack
Well,
gutter slut.
You know, or present. She's planning out her present.
Would, because crack lasts like
Oh, really? It doesn't
crack
last very
burns.
long?
Oh my
How do you
God.
know that? See, I don't know this.
Snoop
thing.
Dogg told me. When I was a little kid, Snoop Dogg told me.
About crack.
Yeah, in his behind the music or whatever. He said, "Oh yeah, you smoke crack." It's like,
Wow.
Crack is fucking whack, kids. Stay off the crack.
That was the extended cut.
Okay,
there.
now this really might be the most
Oh,
disturbing of all. So we got to bear with this, because for the first 50 seconds, Aaron, the attention whore, has got to show off his chihuahua or whatever. So
Uh-oh.
let's bear with the wholly unbearable fucking cringe of this.
All right, here we
people
go.
want to see you, bud. Come here, Gordon. People are worried that
I am pro showing pets on shows, by the way.
Gordy's here.
I
He just
know
doesn't
you
like
are.
me.
Oh, Gordy's alive. Oh, good, he's alive. Are you happy, buddy? You've gotten fatter.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see what he
there we
looked
go.
like before he got fatter, because he looks like skin and bones to me.
So you've gained a little weight because you've been eating properly. Because you
Wait. So you hadn't been feeding the dog when you were at Rekieta's?
Yeah, the dog wasn't fed
Stop
properly.
it.
He
Stop
just keeps
it.
self-reporting. He just keeps dunking on himself over and over and over.
Oh my God.
Oh, isn't it so cute and funny? And I'm making a reference to the whole situation. Ha 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 ha. It's not really so funny, man. You were directly responsible for it. You were a part of it. It's one thing when an outsider makes fun of it, but when you try and make a big joke out of it, to me, it just comes across as cringe. I think you should be ashamed of yourself. I think you probably should get the fuck off the air because you're a cuck bum who doesn't really have much talent anyway. And you're just embarrassing yourself, your family, and your children by continuing to talk about this stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
and you've been gaining some weight. I am so happy that there is no more of that white powder that makes me run real fast around the other people's
So, like,
houses.
is it really a funny joke that your
Retarded.
dog got into the cocaine?
No, it's not.
Is it really funny? Because I kind of have a feeling he might have, and it's fucking disgusting.
People have been, speaking of the REKIETA stuff, I'll throw a little more REKIETA red meat out there to people since they like that stuff.
Red meat?
So
like,
like,
bro.
red meat, like
Oh,
feeding the dogs.
stop. That's a fucked up way to put it. Listen, you all
But
want that.
he like torpedoes his own credibility on shit when he frames it that way.
Stop.
And it's like he comes to do the tell all interview with us, right? It's like, I'm gonna get it all off my chest, and I'm gonna tell you guys everything.
Mm.
And then like more details keep coming out every day that he omitted, either through official court documents or through his own testimony. So it's like, so you didn't tell the whole story when you had an opportunity to do so on like the 20 different fucking shows you went on, and we're supposed to believe you about everything. Like, I don't know.
I've been wondering about something.
Go.
People have been asking about, like, they talked about what happened during the search warrant and during the search of the house and everything else.
Mm.
They were saying something like, the REKIETA family has a dog,
Oh.
and there's no mention of the dog in the search warrant. Like,
Yeah.
what happened to the fucking dog?
That's
Isn't that fucking grimy that we're at the point now? And it was just like an afterthought that it's just been added on like 2 weeks after the fact of like, oh, what happened to their little pug, Sonny? Nobody knows. There's no proof of life.
This is crazy. Like we made this joke before. I mean, it's not even a joke anymore about him. Like Nick is now Ralph, right? Drugs,
Yeah.
alcohol ruins your life. This, that. Now the dog, like Ralph left his dog when he went to LA and the dog died
Yeah.
of hunger. So Ralph's a dog killer. It's fucked up. So Ralph should
We're going to have a look after
and now
this.
Nick's the same thing.
Well, REKIETA has kind of a history of this. After this clip, we're going to go back and we're going to hear about how he drowned raccoons. So rather than give them a quick death with like his hunting rifle or whatever, he just put them in this, he caught them in a cage and then he let them drown, which is like a really sadistic and twisted way
That's
to
fucked up.
put down an animal. It's like one of the worst ways to die is to drown. And he's bragging about this on his live stream, drowning animals.
I had a buddy who I lived with for a bit, and we had a raccoon under the deck. We caught the raccoon using like fish and fucking a big cage, right? And we had, I had to drive the raccoon 30 minutes away. Because if you don't drive them that far away, they'll come back. So we drove them and we released them into the woods. We didn't drown them. Oh, I did hate that raccoon. It was a piece of shit.
Is that
But
your dog?
it's alive.
Bro,
it's
I'm
fine.
sitting here worried because that dog, their dog, Sonny,
Oh,
they
yeah.
had a little pug named Sonny.
Uh-oh.
That was Gordy's buddy.
Yeah.
And there was no mention of the dog in the search warrant. And the dog lived in the bathroom. They never potty trained the dog.
Think of how sick
Wait,
this
what?
is. So they never put the effort into potty training this dog.
What the f-
So the dog had no choice but to live its entire life in the bathroom.
What does that mean? Like you just had a trapped, closed door in the bathroom?
Yeah, they just locked the dog in the bathroom
Lock
because
him up.
it would just shit all over the place everywhere. And the bathroom is where they were doing all the cocaine, all the cat, all the drugs, the brown,
Are
right?
you joking me?
So this dog was forced to spend the majority of its life in a filthy drug den bathroom. And they were doing drugs in a room where dog shit was everywhere.
What the dude? That makes me sad.
It's fucking grimy, man. And I've been
Oh.
around people like this who just let their dog just shit on the fucking carpet and they leave it for days, man. And it's like, this is the like degeneracy of drug addiction. It's just fucking shameful.
That's actually
This is a $1 million home these guys are living in, bringing in kilos of cocaine, at least an ounce of cocaine that we know of. He was probably picking it up an ounce or maybe even a QP at a fucking time. And they're fucking letting their dog shit all over the floor. Like you can't, money doesn't equal class. It's fucking total white trash, trailer trash, poverty, drug addict hour in the REKIETA household.
Like, if you can't take care of the fucking dog, give it to a shelter or to another owner.
Oh, I
Like,
know.
what the is wrong with you?
And it's a pug too, which by the way, like pugs are always suffering because of the way that they've been bred. They can barely even fucking breathe.
Yeah, their nose.
I don't even know. Like, I've always thought they're a cute dog, but like, I don't know if it's really ethical to own a fucking pug because of the fact that they can barely fucking breathe. And they're also pretty retarded, which is probably why they couldn't train the dog.
Yeah.
But they really should have just given the dog away rather than force it to live in these pathetic circumstances.
They'd never housebroken the dog, so they'd put puppy pads down in the bathroom, the same bathroom where the drugs would be,
What
where they
the
found the
fuck?
drugs, and that's where they would do them.
You don't even have to give me more reasons to hate REKIETA more, but you are. Every day, I'm like, I can't hate him even more than I hate him now. Oh, yeah, I can.
But like
sometimes
Aaron's a hero, by the way, who allowed the dog to live in these deplorable conditions. Who didn't say a fucking word until after the fact about this dog's welfare, but now he gets to come in and be a superhero and brandish a cudgel onto REKIETA. So you're equally as guilty. You were in the polycule. You were doing the fucking drugs, man. You were fucking Kayla and having your wife be fucked, and you're in the bathroom watching this dog shit all over the floor, man.
Yeah, and Baldo Buster, thank you. Let's also note that a dog needs to go outside. By the way, like potty train? You mean like go for a walk?
Yeah,
A dog is not a cat.
Illusionary Stoplight brings up a good point. So the dog is in the bathroom with drugs where supposedly the kids have never gone. The kids never got to meet the dog?
Yeah.
Really?
A cat is potty trained. It's got a litter box. Dogs, you walk them and they go to the corner of a pole and they pee and shit and you pick up the shit.
Somebody asked in the chat, it was a couple minutes ago, they go, well, why would the dog be in the warrant? Well, the dog wouldn't be in the warrant, but it would be in the incident report, because in the incident report, the police have to list everything they see and do in the house.
What the dog doing?
So, like in the incident report, it talks about, okay, I saw this juvenile child in this room. I advocated for them to vacate the room, the house, and go to their mom, et cetera, et cetera. If the police found a dog in the house, it would detail how the police would, deal with the dog, whether they would bring it outside or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's not in the incident report.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. If they do mention the animal, yeah, it seems like they would.
I'd walk in there and there'd be like dog shit on the floor, and people are doing cocaine. And
wait, you're doing coke with dog shit beside you?
Dog shit's on the floor. Like, they're not even cleaning up the dog shit. They're just letting it fester and sit.
What the is going on?
Because getting their next hit of drugs is more important.
This is crazy. How does the story get crazier daily?
Well, don't we all know that it's the dog's fault? The dog should have been feeding and taking care of the kids. Why didn't the dog get a job to feed itself, the lazy fucking bum dog? Is this the next line of defense from the Jannies?
Just like, guys, this is fucking disgusting. Come on.
It's a $900,000 home.
Can we not have the dog shitting on the bathroom floor?
Jesus Christ. Take care of your shit.
That really did annoy the piss out of me. But I didn't hear
really?
about
It
this.
annoyed the piss out. It annoyed the piss out of you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It annoyed
I'm
you. It wasn't
pissed.
that it was like depraved and disgusting and you had to do something. You were just annoyed.
Oh,
that
but
your
Nina
your
Infinity, it's our
co-parented-
fault.
Yeah.
It's our fault. Animal abuse, child abuse, fucking.
Why didn't he at least clean up the dog shit instead of letting the dog stew in a fucking room all day in its own shit and piss?
Pray for Rekeieta.
What a quality of life this animal had, having to stew in its own piss and shit for probably days at a time. Because if they didn't have the time to feed and take care of their children, why would they have time to feed and take care of a fucking dog?
And now we've got them on a bond where they could do coke and drink more. We got the April possibly there. We have all this shit. We have no one apologizing. We have them, in fact, defending their actions and blaming the fucking church, but still pray for them. Shut your fucking mouth. All of you, nose guards. Die.
It's bad.
Die in a fire, you bitches. What's the grift, by the way? I asked Ashton this. Is there money in defending Rekeieta, a fucking bum whose YouTube channel gets 1/20th of the casino numbers now?
I know.
Are you fucking kidding me? Why?
It's all just a big conspiracy where they all defend each other. So they're sitting in the group chats and it's like, well, if one of us gets attacked or one of us falls, then we have to defend each other. And so it's like this protection like racket that they're in. Kind of like the mafia, where it's like, well, if we have loyalty to Don Baldo and Don Quartering, then they'll protect us when people with us.
Yeah.
Money in the police report.
Yeah.
So now I'm worried that poor Sonny might, another one.
Oh my God. Oh, another one bites the dust. It's fucking animal abuse.
It's really bad.
I'm pissed.
No, everybody
we would
should
talk
be
about-
fucking pissed. Like, it's really, really bad. It's really bad.
I'm disgusted. I'm
Like,
fucking disgusted.
imagine having the money and the opportunity that they have,
Just give the dog away.
choosing to spend your time in a shit-encrusted, piss-filled washroom, snorting cocaine next to a hungry dog.
I hope Nick gets better. I don't give a fuck. How about that? At a certain
I
point,
really don't care if he gets better. I just hope that the children are okay and that the dog is okay.
no, but Ash, it's
I
not
don't
our
really give a fuck about
responsibility
Nick or Caitlin. No,
to care if he
but
gets better. It's his responsibility.
I know, but the blame and the responsibility keeps getting shifted to everybody else. To the point we're going to blame it on like something without sentience now. Was Eric July telling the dog to piss and shit on the bathroom floor?
It was Eric
Did he
July's
use
fault.
telepathic communications with the pug to rip its mind into doing this? He's laying out that the plan was for the Imholtes, him and April, to be moved into the other house the Rekietas have next door. So those of you who don't know, the Rekietas have two homes right beside each other. And the plan was to move Aaron and April into the other home. And that then as a polycule, the four of them in a like cock relationship, all four of them would raise the Rekieta children. And the Rekietas would also raise Aaron's children when they came over. And Aaron claims that he told them this was fucking delusional. His ex-wife would never accept this. People in real life would never accept this. There's no way to justify it.
He was right about that if he said that. Now, and by the way, it's like, oh, we're going to raise the kids. No, there's no raising of kids. Like EVS, like Ethan Van Sciver would say, the 16-year-old has to raise all the kids while they do drugs and have orgies.
What this is a sex cult.
It's called,
With
yes.
Rekieta as the cult leader, convincing everybody, because they're out of their mind on drugs, that it's a good idea to sacrifice their whole lives for him and their children, all on the altar of like sucking the baldo, which is wild. So let's hear him out here.
Time to time, like, how do we tell our families? How do we tell our friends? It's like there's no fucking way.
Yes.
People are saying, what
And
about
that's
those
what
people?
Secret Agent Orange says is right. They kicked their own family out of that house. So that house is like partially owned by the trust or whatever. So like family is supposed to be allowed to stay there when they're on hard times.
Yeah.
The Reketas threw their extended family out of that house so that the cuckolds could come in and live in that house.
What
so
the
they could have their polycule cult. Yeah.
That's what.
Tell our friends. It's like there's no fucking way. People
Yeah.
are saying, what about those people that they kicked out of that house? April and I were supposed to move our family into that house.
They kicked out some like close family members or friends.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh my god.
Ugh.
How big is this house? Do we know the house? Do we like?
It's probably also of a good size.
Yeah.
I'm upset about that. She's upset that she thinks I'm a mean guy. She thinks I'm a bad guy. She thinks I've made her life unlivable. Me talking about the
Who?
arrest on the show has
April.
now made her.
Okay, this is all preview. I'm like,
Yeah.
sorry. It's just like you think the story's done. You've heard it all, and you're like, wait, what?
life unlivable.
I think Aaron just keeps making a mistake because if he was going to tell the whole truth, he should have just told the whole truth. But this whole drip feeding fucking bullshit causes him to lose credibility. He just keeps dropping new details days, weeks, maybe months later. Who knows how long this is going to go on for? He needed to, when he just came on our show, just be fully honest, fully forthcoming, and he wasn't. And so the truth is, he is going to get fucked and he is going to get held accountable for this shit as well. I really wouldn't be surprised if there were charges brought up against him, or if at least in some way his life was really brutally inconvenienced by all of this bullshit. Guaranteed, because he's just handled it in the stupidest way possible, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
He really shouldn't have fucking said anything publicly. Would have been probably his best bet. But if he was going to, you need to just lay everything out exactly as it was at first. Because now it's like, where is the credibility on this cuckold?
Yeah.
Where is he?
That's what she said. And I said, speaking of children, I said, if you had been home with the children and I, this wouldn't have happened. Hey, nothing on the Streamlabs or PayPal, by the way. Let's go ahead and hook that up this morning, huh? Go ahead and throw a few.
Not even. So you reveal to the whole world that you're a baldo licker, you're a cock, you're a fucking bum. You let the dog piss and shit all over itself. You let children go hungry and stinky. And even after all of that debasement, you just can't even make a buck on PayPal.
All the links are in the
Where's the
chat.
song from, by the way? Chat, do you know?
Some sort of video game.
Is that Mega Man?
BJ with $10 says, April could do a one-on-one intervention podcast series with her friends, Keanu,
Flashbang.
Matt, Lila, etc., but not Aaron. Yeah, I'll say that I don't think April and I want to have any dealings with each other. I'm a little, people think I'm sore about the way the disco thing ended. You got to remember, I wrote to them and said, I'm not coming back. This has gotten too complicated. It's too weird. I don't enjoy this. I'm going to hang out with my friends. It basically became, I had a choice, unfortunately, because in that lifestyle, you have to, like Kayla said, she goes, I want us to be a family and
That's
raise all of our
creepy
children.
as Isn't that
That's weird.
that this is something that's being brought up? And
Want to
like,
be a family.
Is this all Kayla's doing? Like, or is it Reketa getting her to do it? I don't fucking know. But that's
Well, they're off their
crazy.
head, right? So they're saying the most shit. And this whole like, I want to be a family. It's like, it's your fucking drug buddies that you and now you want to be a family? Sorry, the word family is used very loosely in this situation.
It's disgusting and evil. The idea that it's just anathema to me and my idea of, what a family should be and how children should be raised. The idea that children should or could be raised by 4 cuckold swingers in a drug lifestyle, out of their mind. What sort of a childhood is that for kids? What sort of an upbringing is that for children? Guaranteed that's traumatic. Guaranteed that's going to stunt their development and their growth. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And the shame of it to have to say that you have 2 mummies and 2 daddies and a polycule.
What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
And I'm like, well, I have an ex-wife. That's extremely unworkable for me. And number two, now I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm seeing a lot of people I haven't seen in a while, and I miss this. I want to go back to that.
Aaron. That's what was stopping you?
I mean,
like, not the fact that it's crazy. And like, oh my gosh. Okay, sorry.
You can't do both because the world's not going to understand.
Yeah. It takes a village, Ash, of crackheads.
Yeah, it takes a village of crackheads. Yeah,
crackheads, right?
You guys are trying to pull off. So you're not going to be able to go out. Like, we would talk about that from time to time. Like, how do we tell our families? How do we tell our friends? It's like, there's no fucking way to explain that.
No,
without saying anything about the case itself.
Because it's
like, how could Nick REKIETA and Kayla actually believe that their friends and family would accept a polycule lifestyle?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like they weren't living in fucking LA, by the way, or New York City or Seattle, Washington, or maybe like San Francisco would accept this shit. Like,
or Ghana.
Yeah, like maybe if you're living in like the most degenerate liberal place on earth, like San Francisco, I think maybe they'd accept it there. But you're talking about Spicer, Minnesota, like a very small, conservative, rural Minnesotan town. They ain't never heard of no polycule there. Like, it's crazy.
Just talking about my life. People are saying, what about those people that they kicked out of that house? April and I were supposed to move our family into that house. Ugh.
By the way, isn't the fact that he acknowledges that you can't tell other people this means that it's so fucking insane that no one in any way that you explain it would accept it? Like, that should be the hint. No one would ever accept it. Maybe what we're planning is retarded and stupid.
Okay, Winter Soldier says, stop. Minnesota is a liberal state. Yes, it is a liberal state, but there are conservative areas of Minnesota. And like the old liberals that are there aren't the same as like West Coast liberals. I don't know. I mean, none of us are from Minnesota or whatever, but from the vibe I get, it's in rural Minnesota. It's not common to be in a polycule,
but Ash,
be in a cuckold relationship. Like,
but wouldn't that even be more to your point that even in that liberal state, even they're like, no, that's crazy. That's how crazy this idea is. That even liberals are like, are you fucking sure you want to do that, bud?
Yeah. Like, reality set in for me at some point, and I'm like, can't do it. Like, reality set in for me at some point, and I'm like, fucking disco is unworkable. And I found
disco.
What's disco?
Oh my!
I don't know. I guess the polycule. He's calling it the disco.
Oh, okay.
This is some sort of new degenerate term I've not heard before.
On the texts from Nick last night on my phone.
Just drop the text messages. Like, stop dick teasing everybody. If you're gonna go all in on this attention, just drop the text messages, man.
Please.
Seriously, why not? Why won't you? You want to be open and transparent about everything, but I'm gonna guess there's stuff in those text messages that incriminates him as well, or that he wants to control the narrative on. And right now, he's lucky because REKIETA isn't able to counter any of the stuff that he's saying. REKIETA can't introduce his own version of shit that brings us closer to the truth, because when he goes live, he might f himself straight up. So Aaron just feels no need to get all these text messages out there. But if he wants to be forthcoming and totally honest, he should drop all the text messages.
I'm like, I don't think I can do this anymore. I'm sorry. It was worse. Like, whatever I told you guys, it was way, way worse.
What? Did you hear what he just said, Ash?
So whatever he's told us, it was worse then. So why don't you tell us just how bad it actually was?
Part 2.
Instead of being a lying attention whore telling half-truths.
Aaron has to come back onto the show. And
he may honestly have to fucking come back on.
Yeah.
Explain this shit.
I'm going to DM and go, if it's worse, we need to know now.
Just tell us.
We're
man.
we're gonna be angry and we're gonna scream at you a lot, but it's worth it. Trust me. Chat, would you watch it?
Than what the way I remembered it, to be honest with you. Holy shit.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't think April, if there was this one-on-one intervention podcast series that BJ's talking about,
No, so
first of all,
says,
I don't
so Guy Fieri here says, you guys snaked him. I don't know. Is it us that snaked him? Or did he snake us by not revealing the full truth like he said he was going to?
Yeah.
See, that's where I have a problem, is that he didn't tell the whole truth to us like he promised.
And then we
He
found out
snaked
more
us
shit
by
after.
lying and delivering half-truths. And then he's like coming out with other stuff on other shows that he didn't say on our show. And on his own show, like milking this for everything it's worth. So it's not a question of for him getting the full truth out there one time for all time. The truth will set me free. It's more, how do I ride this gravy train for every last dollar and crumb of clout I can at the fucking risk of discrediting my own testimony against REKIETA? And that's what I have a problem with. So I don't think we snaked him in any way at all. He snaked us by not delivering what he promised.
But she doesn't want to talk to me, and I don't want to talk to her. I'm very sore about the arrest because it has put me in a funky spot.
By the way, he understands. He understands why we're doing or saying what we're saying. We didn't. He's not delusional to think that we're gonna hear these stories and go, "You rule. We love you, bud." Like he knows what the fucking deal is, but he's not that to the point where he's like, "We're BFFs now, right, boys? Let's go for a beer."
You know, Kung Flu Wang has a pretty interesting take here in chat on REKIETA. He says, I would never condemn someone for having success or even being born into success, but I will absolutely condemn them for being retarded enough to throw away a traditional family structure, $2 million homes, and a steady career in favor of some lizard-brained impulse to indulge in the most base of human depravity, and I will quadruply condemn them for harming innocents to achieve their selfish desires. Anyone willing to defend this nightmare, especially Aaron the martyr.
This thing where they're like, Aaron, all the talking you've done, it's made you a target, this and that. Number one, I already was. You know, anyone who thinks Aaron made himself a target. No, trust me. You know, I'm not going to say too much. I'm not running my fucking mouth. But believe me,
you are.
No offense, guys.
You're saying an awful lot.
Oh. What the
what
I know
a
more
thing
about
to
it
say.
than you do.
And I just want to point out that for months and months and months, he lied to everybody saying there was no polycule, there was no drugs, da-da-da-da. So, like, you got to take that into account, too.
Trust me. Their behavior.
Do you think Stoney's bars, like they're
I don't know if they really want to be associated with all this stuff, but
do you think they have more like patrons now because of like the boost?
Oh yeah. They got the cuck bump.
Stoney's the cuck bump.
Got me in a fucked up spot that now I had to navigate my way out of.
I'd love the owner of Stoney's to come on the show and let us know like the post. Like,
and you know, I had to fucking rub dirt on myself. It's like the Walking Dead thing. I had to rub zombie guts on myself to get past the zombies. It wasn't pleasant.
Did you hear that? Listen,
what is wrong with this guy's brain?
I had to do coke and I had to fucking be in this orgy to get the fuck out like zombies.
So I'm upset with her for that because I warned them. I said all these things. Whatever. Moving on.
Yes, extra large.
I'm upset about, yes, extra large there is.
About that. She's upset that she thinks I'm a mean guy. She thinks I'm a bad guy. She thinks I've made her life unlivable. Okay, fine. That's okay. There, my whole thing became there ain't no good guy, there ain't no bad guy. There's only you and me, and we just disagree.
So, by the way, like that's a pro wrestling like line that he's using to describe his marriage. There is no good guy. There is no bad guy. Roman Reigns, the guy. Like, I don't know if you want to paraphrase wrestling to describe your marital status. It's a bit cringe, bud. Just saying.
If there's this one-on-one intervention podcast series, I don't want to be a part of it. She doesn't want me to be a part of it.
Wait, what? Please, Aaron, do it.
Okay, I understand it may also be from a song, but this guy's a pro wrestling guy, and I know that's what he's referencing. Okay.
Yeah. But wait, no, Ash, I want him to do the intervention podcast. Right?
Yeah.
I'd kill for that.
We need the intervention
Wait,
podcast.
is April going on an intervention podcast?
There's no way.
If she
There's
is,
no way.
that's going to be wild.
I don't want to be a part of it. She doesn't want me to be a part of it. I've had my intervention series
The Kino Casino.
with April.
Oh, sorry.
It was extremely painful. I'd rather not go through it again. Can I tell you something? Let me tell you someone who really does care.
Who?
Okay.
Who really gives a f***. And
Right.
is an amazing friend to both of us.
Who?
And that's Keanu Thompson and Gino Bisconti.
Oh my God.
Okay.
We have to keep hearing about
man. We have to hear about these irrelevant nobody hacks who all think they're Opie and Anthony like every.
No, wait, no.
How about this Opie and Anthony
No,
hack?
I
And
don't.
this Howard Stern ripoff. They're my real friends.
Look, I don't know Gino. I know I've seen
I
Keanu
have
on
no
his
idea
show.
who they are.
Apparently, she felts him all the time on the show. Keanu.
Okay.
You know, Gino ain't got money. Is this true? I don't know Gino. I don't know who that is.
Unbelievable friends to both. You know, Gino and Keanu are the walking evidence of what can be when there's a breakup and how to handle the friend thing.
What?
If I ever told Keanu in a million years,
Did they break up? I thought they were getting married.
I think let's do the next clip because we've already got
Alright,
from
fine,
this what
fine.
the main point was, which is that there was, the four of them
You
were
don't-
going to raise the kids together, and it
I
was
got-
crazy.
Well, you don't like the drama between Keanu and Gino
I
Bisconti?
just don't give a shit about that, and I don't think anybody else does either.
the plan was during our degenerate polycule
Yeah.
that we had when we were doing disco.
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
man, the degenerate polycule.
Is Disco Coke?
Having to admit, disco is coke.
Okay.
I've now learned this from our chat. But like, imagine you have to admit to people that you were in a degenerate polycule, as though there is such a thing as a wholesome polycule, by the way. But holy, it's just so sad.
April and I were going to buy the house next to Nick and Kayla that their
See,
trust owns.
That was the first time I heard it as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd mentioned it
What?
before.
Yeah. I was like, holy.
So that they were
Wait.
gonna buy that house.
No, he was.
So now-
he knew. This guy knew.
He knew that also. Interesting. So I love. So it's not even that they were going to be moved in and be rent free on the REKIETA's charity or whatever in that house. The plan was actually for them to buy that house, which is interesting to me because it contradicts his insurance story even more. It's more likely that he set that as the new address because his plan was to close on that property when he could.
To be
right?
fair, the address was actually REKIETA's PO box, where people send in like their gifts or whatever.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and Kayla, like,
Oof, you were going hard.
yeah. Because I remember Kayla would say, like, I want us to, raise our children together and this, that, and the other thing. And
Hard.
This,
and
that, and
Wait,
the other.
By the way, if the house is in the trust, how could he buy it also? Wouldn't they need like the signing off of the REKIETA parents? Something doesn't seem right, or the signing off of whoever manages that trust in order to sell that property to the
Maybe.
polycule couple. Like something doesn't add up with this whole story, man.
Well, the only thing that could add up is they were just so high on coke that they were just saying, "Oh my God, what if you move there?" You're like on coke. You may say some ideas that are retarded. So
Yeah.
that way. And, like, my thing is, like,
Yeah, a coke plan. Those I remember those. Smart skis on the nose. Yeah, I think it's a coke plan.
when you're in the throes of it with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, especially if you're an emotional like me,
Yes.
and you're like eyeballs, what you think is eyeballs deep in love,
Mm.
you're like, yeah, that sounds wonderful. That sounds great. But at the same
Eyeballs
time, my
deep
marriage
in
was
love
falling
with
the fuck.
another man's wife. Like, it's so grime, dude.
Like I said, April was going this way. I was going that way.
And you were kind of you were not quite veering yet.
It was veering.
It was a little veering.
I would
Alright.
say after Easter
Oh, okay.
started veering.
Yeah.
And even before that, we were fighting about drugs.
house talk came.
Yeah,
down
we
there.
were fighting about drugs before that. But we were going to make that
All
work.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I
I've
think
lost them.
interesting- He notes Easter as the turning point, which I find interesting because that's when Rekieta did that whole big sermon against Easter and against Christianity that was totally blasphemous, that supposed Christians like Melanie Mack sweep for or whatever.
Yep.
But there must have been something that happened, some sort of intervention with the church around that time. And then also, if he's telling the truth here, pressure from within the polycule to stop that probably led to his insane, drunken, coked out rant.
And I just started bringing up things like, my ex-wife will fucking murder me. There's no goddamn way in hell. She's not
Right.
going to drive any further to meet with the kids. There's no, how do I put my 3 kids in this situation? But they would say, no,
would've
I'm
been
not doing that.
It would have been appropriate if they did.
Like, if anything, people talk about, like, Aaron, I'm glad you recognize your mistakes and you're working on them and you're trying to get better.
Yeah.
Like, my kids also pulled my head out of my ass.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we're not fucking doing this. This sucks. I hate this.
Analogy is.
Yeah, I didn't know that I hadn't shared that before.
I don't ever
I
remember
thought
hearing that.
I
no.
thought I had put that out there. And then, yeah, when I said I wasn't coming back and it got brought up, I thought we were going to raise our kids together. I'm like, how the is that going to work?
logically think about it.
The
yes.
minute you're out, you start, like, it's like cold water splashing on your face.
Uh-huh.
Like, I keep telling people, it feels like I'm one of those cult members who left, like,
Yeah.
Jonestown.
Yeah.
You know?
Was that
Because
it?
once I
No.
hit the fresh
Hold on.
air of reality again in the real world, because you got to kind of shut off to everything to be in a situation,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Well, consider
Listen, I had a call. I was brainwashed, and when I walked out that door, then I woke up. No, it was 7 weeks later.
You know, you really have to fucking be on some hardcore
Listen.
copium, you know?
Yeah.
like if April's still with the Requetas, they can't fucking go to church anymore.
No.
They can't go out in the
They
community
didn't
anymore.
want
You
to
gotta
go
fucking
anyway.
move.
Look,
The thing is, like, Rekieta didn't care about the church. He didn't care about his children. He didn't care about the community. He doesn't even care about leaving his house. He just wants to be drunk and high and swinging all the time. All right, let's finish this off.
all right.
At that point.
Mm-hmm.
But like if it's the 4 of us, they already thought we were fucking weirdos. So like this whole community, like you gotta remember, I'm an extrovert. You know me.
Yes.
I love being around people. I love being around my friends. I love being around my family, shit like that. That life was going to kill me.
Yeah.
It was going to drive me nuts. Or I was going to turn into some weird, like one of the sparrows in Game of Thrones. I don't know. Say I wouldn't have started going.
It's a pretty good
I could have
impression
ended
of
up
it,
That
to be
actually
honest.
is. That is really good.
I'll give him that.
That is.
like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would have lost my kids for sure.
Yeah.
My kids would have been fucking Gonzola. Yeah, she told me that I was
There it
the
is.
best kisser she'd ever been with.
Nick's. So he's talking about
Nick,
Kayla.
so Kayla apparently, according to him, is saying that he is the best kisser she's ever been with.
Oh,
But it gets worse for Rekieta somehow.
And the person she put in second was not Nick, and I'm like, that's fucking cold.
Stop it, Rekieta, not even the second best kisser she had been with.
Are you shocked?
Not really.
Maybe it was one of the black
Hey,
dudes.
Was it Drexel? I have a feeling it was Drexel.
Yep.
Old bitch. That's fucking
Which lips
brutal.
were you kissing?